In a quiet fishing village along the coast of the African, just beyond the rocky cliffs of Nasucan, there were stories whispered among the elders, stories of a mermaid who watched over the sea. Many dismissed these as mere superstition, but for the fishermen who spent their lives on the water, they believed in her existence. One such fisherman was Tomas, an aging widower who had spent decades casting his net into the deep. Life had become harder over the years. The fish were not as plentiful as before, and his body no longer had the same strength it once did. But he continued to sail out each morning, determined to bring home enough to provide for his only daughter, Lina. One afternoon, dark clouds rolled in faster than expected. A storm was coming. The younger fisherman rushed back to shore, but Tomas, determined to catch just a little more, stayed out longer than he should have. Soon, the waves turned violent, and the winds howled like unseen spirits warning him to flee. Tomas struggled to steer his small wooden boat, but a massive wave crashed against it, flipping it over. He was thrown into the churning sea. He fought to stay afloat, but the current was too strong. Just as his strength was fading, he felt a pair of soft but firm hands pulling him upward. Through the chaos of the storm, Tomas caught a glimpse of a woman. No, not just a woman. Her long dark hair floated around her like seaweed, and her eyes were as deep as the ocean itself. She had the face of a young woman, but her lower half shimmered in the dim light, covered in scales like a fish's. A mermaid. Tomas could hardly believe what he was seeing, but he had no strength left to question it. The mermaid guided him toward calmer waters, where the current carried him gently to the shore. As soon as he reached the sand, he gasped for breath and turned back to the ocean, but the mysterious woman was gone. When he finally returned home, his daughter Lina wept in relief. He told her of the mermaid, but she only shook her head. "Father, it must have been a dream. Perhaps the sea just carried you back." But Tomas knew better. That night, unable to rest, he walked back to the shoreline and whispered his gratitude to the waves. To his astonishment, something glittered under the moonlight. He bent down and picked up a large pearl, perfectly smooth and glowing softly in his palm. From that day on, Tomas no longer feared the sea. He still struggled, as all fishermen did, but he always believed that something, or someone, was watching over him. And though he never saw the mermaid again, every time he walked along the shore, he would find small shells and pearls left behind, as if to remind him that kindness, even in the vast and unpredictable ocean, always finds its way back. And so, the legend of the kind Mermaid of Nasucan lived on, not just as a story, but as a quiet promise from the sea to those who respect and honor it.